Built in Birmingham in 1917, heavy tank mark for number 2, 3 to 4 never saw action in France, trimmed the terrible battles on the Western Front. Instead, he and I say he as male tanks were armed with naval guns and machine guns was female tanks. Only mounted machine guns was used as a tank or training vehicle until 1919. 3. 4 was presented in 1919 to HMS Excellent, the Royal Navy's gunnery establishment on Whale Island, Portsmouth, as a thank you for the Navy's help in solving a tank gunnery problem during World War I. The tank was immobilized and placed on static display at the base, but by 1940 Britain was once more under attack. Portsmouth, as a major naval base, was attacked furiously by the Luftwaffe. On many occasions there was also a dire shortage of armored vehicles, and after the Dunkirk evacuation, the Germans seemed poised to invade southern England. Anything that could fight was located and pressed into service. Then a young Army officer spotted Excellent sitting silently on his plinth. The Army officer approached the naval commander of HMS Excellent with a novel suggestion. Given some time and a few sailors, the old tank of perhaps be returned to running order. It seemed a tall order, after all. Number 2, 3 to 4 had been sitting outside in the sea air for 21 years. The tank's engine was stripped down, repaired using parts cannibalized off another memorial tank. In a tense moment, Excellent's engine coughed and spluttered. The old tank was a live rearm with 2 6-pounder guns and a brace of Lewis machine guns mounted on the roof. Excellent was returned to service. The 28-ton tank was repainted in a camouflage scheme. Each day, Excellent, manned by a crew of Royal Navy sailors, would drive off Whale Island up to South Sea Common near Smurf, and then back again. The sight of this old ironclad belching smokers, he crawled along it just over 3 miles an hour, was a familiar sight. But by 1942, the emergency had passed, and prone to breakdowns, Excellent was quietly retired back to his display plinth, and that was definitely the end of the story. Well, not quite. Fast forward 27 years to 1969, the tank began to be renovated by the Navy, but the job was slow, and by 1971 still hadn't been completed. Excellent was passed over to the Army for restoration, and the venerable machine went to the Royal Electrical and Mechanical Engineers workshops at Bovington Camp. Then in 1974, Excellent once more cuffed and sputtered to life and drove under his own power for the first time in 32 years. If you want to see Excellent, today he lives at the Tank Museum at Bovington in Dorset. He's 101 years old and incredibly is maintained in full running order. I hope very much that you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please do subscribe and also share. Many thanks.